Good evening. I'm meteorologist Jonathan Bellis.
And I'm student meteorologist Tom Mazzetti. How's everybody doing today?
It's been a wet one on campus today.
Yes, it has. It's been raining cats and dogs. I don't know if you can see. My tie's got some dogs on it because unfortunately I'm allergic to cats. So, you know, gotta fit the weather here today.
Yeah, we've gotten about a quarter of an inch of rain so far, and we could have our models indicating about 2 more inches. I think that's overdoing it, but we'll be getting there.
We're definitely going to see some more rain as we come through the end of tonight. Expect on being wet. I don't know if you're going out on a Wednesday night. Some people like to do that. It is rather wet out there.
Yeah, grab the umbrella if you're heading out. It's going to be a long, wet night. Hopefully you can stay inside during the overnight hours. It's going to clear out tomorrow, though.
Yeah, we're going to see some beautiful weather coming at us, and it's going to be a great week to finish out. Some a little bit cooler temperatures here coming at us.
Yeah, we're going back down into the 30s. It's going to be a warm night overnight tonight, and then cooler tomorrow night as a secondary cold front, secondary push of cooler air is going to come in during the day tomorrow.
Yeah, and that cool air is going to be coming from that cold front coming through the Midwest right now. It's bringing some snow for them in the Northeast.
Yeah, they had about 2 feet of snow this past weekend in Chicago, and we're adding on a couple of flakes. Not really anything normally, but with all that snow on the ground, this is just adding up, causing all that misery up there.
Yeah, I was looking in Maine. There's almost 4 feet of accumulation of snow in Maine, so they're not having too much fun after that storm last week.
Yeah. And we'll get to that later in the show. Right now, we've got Braden here with a look at the rest of the show.
John, Tom, if I showed you this map, would you know where you are? Because I don't. Look, just rain. Rain and clouds everywhere. That's going to go on until about tomorrow morning, but don't worry. It's going to get pretty nice outside. It's going to get a little better. So get ready for that. But as we zoom out, you can just see where all of this is coming from the Gulf of Mexico, just making its way New Orleans, getting quite a bit of rain right now. Moving its way east into Tallahassee, Montgomery getting on the action right now, Savannah as well. So this rain's just going to keep continuing, and we're going to keep an eye on it. It's not going to get heavy. We're not going to really see any thunder, but definitely a lot of rain. So here's your weather headlines. Rain tonight and into tomorrow, clearing for the weekend. But some rain will return on Monday. Not that much, maybe 20% chance of rain. But as we go into tonight, upper 40s, but 100% chance. Make sure you bring your umbrella. But tomorrow, you're going to have to stay tuned if you want to know a little more about that. John, Tom, how's it looking over there?
It is great over here in the desk because we're talking about Severe Weather Awareness Week, National Weather Service, Florida, Georgia, Severe Weather Awareness Week, and today is Tornado Awareness Day.
Yeah, this is day 3. It's all about tornadoes. We're going to crack some of those myths here for you today. The first one we're going to talk about is cracking those windows in advance of severe thunderstorms or tornadoes.
Yeah, some people say that when you crack the windows, it relieves pressure, but that's not true. If anything, it's going to even cause a little bit more damage because you're going to let the rain and the wind and particulate into your house.
Yeah, so that's going to blow around everything in those bedrooms, in the kitchen, and all it's really going to do is limit the amount of time you have to get into your shelter.
Myth number 2, underneath overpasses on the highway, not safe. The winds funnel in underneath the highway, and it creates some faster winds, not safe.
Yeah, the third myth we have is tornadoes do not strike cities. We actually saw a tornado warning here on campus a couple of months ago, I guess now.
In fact, they do strike cities, but I'm going to take you guys out for the wall here. We're going to take a look at a local look at things for Tallahassee. We're looking at this plenty of rain Braden was talking about here. I think it looks a little bit more like Seattle, if you ask me. Rain, rain, rain. We see a little maximum right there, or a minimum right there in Tallahassee region, like we usually see there. Tallahassee minimum there for rain. All this rain's coming from this plenty of moisture coming off of the Gulf of Mexico for you today. And always we have that warm Gulf Stream coming through the Gulf of Mexico and then out into the Atlantic, bringing those warmer temperatures. And behind it we see there's a little bit of a cold, that's that cold front on that Gulf low system there. That's our cold front, bringing behind it the dry air and that cooler air that we're going to see later this week. Current temperatures starting at 7 p.m. tonight, about an hour from now, 51 degrees for you there in Tallahassee, 52, 55 by the coast. A little bit warmer, like always, by the coast, a little bit cooler inland and a little bit further north there for you. Relative humidity, it's raining. The ground is wet. It is plenty of moisture out there, 92% relative humidity in Tallahassee and 100% relative humidity in Quincy for you there to show you about the water there. Beach and boating, taking a look, high winds, northwest winds, 15 to 20 knots, and that means we have 3 to 5 foot waves. And because those winds are from the northwest coming off the shore there, that means our protected water is going to be a little bit more choppy today. So even on the inlands there, you're going to see some issues there if you have some small crash maybe. And the rain is not going to stop for at least another 12 hours. We're going to see that rain come in. Sunset at 6:17 p.m. Unfortunately, we won't be able to see that because of all those clouds today. Let's take a look at what's going to happen here. So this is our Gulf low right here. That's when a low pressure system forms in the Gulf of Mexico. That's going to move towards Tallahassee, come almost directly overhead for us while that warm front pushes forward to the north and creates a little bit more rain. And we're going to see a little bit more rain in front of that cold front. But then as soon as that cold front passes, we're going to see that rain clear out, and we're going to have nice sunny conditions by the time Thursday rolls in. And Friday, we're going to see plenty of sunny skies starting at 8 a.m. there. It'll be a beautiful day for us then. But we're still going to be a little bit cool. But so tonight, we're looking at 48 degrees Tallahassee, cool and wet, 100% relative humidity. We're going to see those winds stay at 5 to 10 miles per hour there. And it's going to be wet night, so please bring those umbrellas if you don't want to get wet, because I did earlier today. I forgot mine. And for tomorrow, we're going to see start to clear in the afternoon, 60% chance of rain for the entire day, 15 to 10 miles per hour. We're going to send it over to John here. Going to take a look around the southeast.
Yeah, we're going to look a quick look at this week ahead. Look at all that rain tomorrow morning. We're looking at a 60% chance of rain, and that's going to keep those temperatures pretty uniform, kind of like they are now, 50s across I-10 and across southeast Georgia. Look at this cool air across Oklahoma and up towards the Midwest. That is going to come our direction tomorrow. It's not going to reach us here in the 30s, but what it will do is it will cool down our forecast. But for now, we're much warmer than yesterday. We're looking at about 20 degrees warmer than it was this time yesterday. That is going to change over the next couple of days. We're looking cooler, and we're also looking drier. Look at this dry air bottled up in northern Georgia and into the Carolinas. This is also going to head down towards the south, but for now, we're going to have to deal with this pea soup across I-10 and across southern Georgia. This is going to head off towards the east and out into the Atlantic. We're going to get rid of this by midday tomorrow, but for now, look at all this rain. This is the warm front. You can actually see the east-west extent there of this front across, moving into northeast Florida up into the Savannah area. Heavier rain is on the way. Look at all this heavier thunderstorm activity, maybe even a couple of rumbles of thunder down south of Pensacola. This is going to be heading off in our direction during the overnight hours. That's where we're going to pick up the heaviest rainfall totals during the overnight hours tonight. Most of this rain is going to head off towards the north and east and away from our direction. Look at all this moisture up in the northern parts, or the upper parts of the atmosphere. That's also going to head in our direction. Plenty of moisture to saturate us here. We've already picked up about a half an inch of rain across some parts of our area. This model is forecasting about 2 inches of rainfall. I think that's probably overdoing it here, but places like Apalachicola over towards Perry could see a little more than 1 inch, possibly upwards of 2 inches of rainfall. I want to focus on this for right now. We're going to fall down only to about 48 degrees tonight. That's because of all that cloud cover, all of that rainfall. We're going to pick up another inch, maybe upwards of 2 inches in some spots if our in-house model is correct. But it's going to keep those temperatures on the warm side for the overnight hours. Look at all the warmth down towards the south. That's where they're still seeing that sun at this hour. But up towards the north, we're looking 20s up in Tupelo, up in Little Rock as well. Look at this change for tomorrow's forecast. That cool air starts seeping in. Tupelo only reaching up to 42 degrees for tomorrow's forecast. That's cooler than we'll see during the overnight hours tonight. But we'll jump back to 63 degrees for tomorrow's forecast. Sun will be coming out by the early afternoon hours and into the evening, and then by the rest of the day tomorrow, we're going to see partly cloudy conditions, and into the evening tomorrow, it's going to start feeling a little bit cooler. Now, Tom, we're going to start to see some changes here at Florida State starting pretty soon, I hear.
Yeah, a little bit of a touchy subject. Construction again on campus. Yeah. We're going to see the Geological Survey building. Yeah. They have 6 days to evacuate before they begin demolition over there.
Yeah, for us, we're looking not near term, but actually in the next couple of years, we're looking at possibly a new studio here for FSU.
Yeah, they're planning on building a whole new meteorology building to replace the Love building, even though the Love building is still going to remain. And they're going to have new lecture halls and everything. So meteorology guys, we're gonna love that.
And the oceanography and geology guys are going to jump in here with us as well, all under one department for the first time forever.
Yeah, so if you don't know where the Geological Survey building, it's on the corner of Academic Way and Woodward Way on the west side of Woodward Avenue. and they're going to redo all the topography there. There's not going to be any more tunnel.
Yep.
And it's going to be crazy.
It's going to be a whole new gateway to Florida State, at least on the north side. Woodward's going to be a little messed up for a little while, but we'll get back to the better days, the sunnier days, and we've got more on that here. Braden with the national picture.
You know, guys, I'm going to miss our small studio. It's so nice, so quaint, bunch of lovely people around. It's great, but hopefully the new studio will bring us a bunch of new opportunities. But right now, let's go check out what's going on over the rest of the country. A lot of winter weather advisories really just stretching around Kansas City, Detroit, out by Washington, D.C., into parts of Kentucky, and we will go into that a little later. And as we move over here, a couple flood warnings out in California, so they're getting just as much rain as we are. Couple red flags in here as well. Just a lot of dry weather, a lot of different weather going on across the country. So let's dig deeper into it. I want to show you this 24-hour temperature change. You can see Kansas City and Denver just dropped like a rock real quick. Difference of 20, 30 degrees in the last 24 hours. Really big drop, but as we head over to the East Coast, especially up north, much warmer in the Northeast. A 17-degree change in the last 24 hours in Boston. So the country definitely a little bipolar this week as we go into the next couple of days. We'll see that kind of even out a little bit. Currently, if you're looking at Minneapolis, 10, snowing right now in Detroit, you're sitting at 25. Still have that rain in Tallahassee. It's not going to stop until tomorrow morning. 51 degrees there, 52 in New Orleans and in San Antonio. And as we get into your national radar, you can see all that rain that's affecting us down here, but also as I step out of the way real quick, check out all this snow just stretching across the upper plains, the New England states, the Northeast, and we're going to go ahead and analyze that a little bit more. Heavy rain making its way into the Southeast, Tallahassee, Pensacola, you are really feeling it right now. Apalachicola, Panama City, you are also getting quite a bit of rain. Tallahassee, we're not quite out of there yet, so make sure you're ready. But snow up in the Northeast starting to dissipate a little bit. It actually was earlier, but really starting to pick up again, especially down here. Look like we're getting a lot more lake effect snow off of the lakes into Buffalo and other parts of upstate New York. Pittsburgh, you look like you're going to get in on the snow, maybe a little bit of rain and mixed precipitation down there. But as we head out further west, you can see this giant line. Des Moines, Chicago was getting pounded. Snow really starting to leave your areas now, looking like a couple small snow showers still hanging out in Des Moines. But we're looking at some pretty heavy snow values now making their way down into St. Louis, south of Kansas City, and other parts of southern Missouri. So make sure you watch out for that. And as we move further west, Seattle, you're always getting the rain, even a little bit of snow as well into Montana, into Wyoming. Definitely a lot of just clouds, precipitation, not fun stuff. But as we go in to tonight's forecast, -1 in Minneapolis. They have broken the 0 mark right there. 3 in Kansas City and in Detroit. Washington, D.C., you're sitting at 30. 27 out in Memphis. Seattle, you're almost the warm spot other than Miami at 47, but we'll go ahead and go into tomorrow. 11 in Detroit, 19 in Minneapolis, 51 in Billings, and 57 out in Seattle. You're still going to be seeing the rain. Down here in Tallahassee, it'll clear up. Partly cloudy skies, but Miami looking at a couple of thunderstorms. So why don't we go ahead and check out things locally. I'm going to step out of the way a little bit so you can check out the rest of your work week. Rain tonight and into tomorrow. You can see that 60% early morning rain showers, really, but just before 7 a.m. Just keep on the lookout, but I'm not going to be waking up that early. My class doesn't start till 9, so you won't see me awake before sunrise. But clearing for the weekend and some rain returning on Monday, but Friday, cool, but fantastic. That's what we're talking about right now. Your local radar, again, showing where all this rain is just making its way in. A little slow, but way more than what we're seeing as you see the clock getting later into Wednesday, and the rain just continues to move in. And you could expect that, again, until tomorrow morning. Current temperatures, lower 50s across the area. Mariana up 47. You're the cool spot right there. 48 out in Quincy, 55 down on the coast in Apalachicola. Good evening, St. Mark's. You are sitting at 52 degrees. As we zoom out, you can see, again, where all this rain is coming from, this Gulf low. Look at this defined line right there. Once the radar stops right at the end, you could really see where the dry air and the moist air are meeting, and we could show you that on our water vapor imagery, which we don't have right now, unfortunately. But as we go into your futurecast, you can see this is where the rain is now. We're in the moderate area, but this is where we're going to see our heaviest showers. Expect around 11 o'clock tonight, right when that basketball game is ending. You're going to want to be careful because that rain is going to continue to just make its way into Tallahassee. But once we get to tomorrow morning, expect partly cloudy skies for your Thursday. But then we could see right here, this sunshine coming in for Friday morning, and it is going to be absolutely fabulous for your Friday. But as we go into basketball tonight, hashtag pack the tug, we are playing Clemson. Fun game at 9 o'clock, 50 degrees. Make sure you have a ride home, though, because it's going to be raining. There's a little graphic of raining over there. Don't know what happened to it, but, that's all right. So make sure you have a ride home. Definitely not the best time to walk home. But as we go into tonight, 48 degrees. It's going to be raining. Just be ready. Bring an umbrella. But as we go into tomorrow, 63 with some early morning rain and a little bit of afternoon clearing. And as we go into your week ahead, 7-day forecast, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, going to be chilly. And your next chance for rain really won't be coming until Monday. But check that out. Saturday morning, 33 degrees, 35 on Friday. That early morning rain on Thursday, that a 60% chance. But again, that'll be before 7 a.m. So unless you're waking up for an 8 a.m., you might not even notice it. But it's going to be nice. Just be ready for those showers if they come in. And we are going to go ahead and bring it back to our desk. And my friend Tom, we are talking about some men's basketball. We are playing Clemson tonight, and it's going to be great.
Yes, Clemson. Big rivalry we have here in the ACC here. It starts at 9 p.m. at home, so we're going to see try to pack the tuck tonight.
Yeah, and it's not as big a rivalry as it is in football, of course. One of our biggest rivalries in football, but always a good game. We've already played Clemson once. Don't remember the result. I think we lost. But that means it's a revenge game. That's what we're about here at Florida State.
Also going on tonight at TCC in the Fred Turner Auditorium, we have a play going on. It's a off-Broadway a mimic there. It's Forbidden Broadway is the title of the show, Alive and Kicking.
That's right, and we always love our partners out at Tallahassee Community College and FAMU. Love reaching out to the community. We'll continue to tell you about community events as they make their way in. And we'll talk a little bit more about Severe Weather Awareness Week when we're back. But right now, we're going to talk about the Sunshine State. At least in our place, it's not so sunny. But John, where is it sunny right now?
You're going to have to head down towards South Florida today. Even in Miami, starting to see that cloud cover coming in from this Gulf low, taking over the entire state of Florida. Could be the cloudy state today. It almost feels like Seattle today across the entire area. Light to moderate rain across the entire Panhandle. Even getting some heavier rainfall totals over towards Pensacola. And we'll get into that around the state here in just a bit. Currently outside 73 in Tampa. Fort Myers 74 there. Nassau down in the Bahamas at 73 degrees. Don't talk about them a whole lot. Up towards the north, 51 degrees and cloudy. Clouds taking over just about everyone. The sunny spot right now down there in Key West. Relative humidity, 48% in Tampa. Socked in across the entire Panhandle, 100% saturated there in Jacksonville. And rain hasn't even really picked up there in Jacksonville quite yet. Winds feeding the system, really providing plenty of Gulf moisture into the system. That's all going to come up towards the north and really feed into our rainfall totals across the Big Bend region. 7 miles an hour, not too bad, not too breezy across the Panhandle here in Tallahassee either. Looking across the western Panhandle here, here's that heavier rainfall that I mentioned coming in just north of Pensacola, bringing in community there up towards Brent. Up towards Dothan as well, some heavier rainfall totals down towards the south. And this is all going to head off towards the north and east. Panama City starting to get in on some of that heavier rainfall totals as well. A little bit less of that off condition. That switch is starting to turn on across the Big Bend area over towards Cedar Key now, starting to pick up on some of that light shower activity as we head off towards the east. Rain is starting to work into Ocala over towards the Space Coast as well, heading down towards the south. Clear for now, but lots of clouds starting to work in. This picture is going to change as we head into tomorrow morning into the afternoon hours as this whole system moves off towards the east. And it'll be out of our hair, thankfully, for us here in the Panhandle. But across I-10, this is the division line right now between those heavy clouds up towards the north and some of those broken clouds down towards the south. And that, too, is going to be heading off towards the south and east. Here across the Big Bend area, we're pretty much socked in. Everybody's seeing some rain here. No rumbles of thunder for now, and I don't think there will be some rumbles of thunder until maybe tomorrow across some of these more heated areas down towards the south. 64 is what we're seeing tonight in Fort Myers, 65 in West Palm Beach, 48. It's going to stay rather warm on the Gulf side here across the Big Bend area, 48 degrees here in Tallahassee, 42 in Pensacola City, seeing some of that cooler and drier air as we head towards the early morning hours. That system pushes off towards the east. If you want to head to a warmer spot, look at that thunder down towards the south as well. 79 degrees and some thunder in the southern cities of Florida and across the Everglades, 76 in Key West. And now we're going to look with Tom. We're going to go for some cooler areas up towards the north.
Yes, we are going to take a look at some winter weather updates for you today. So let's take a look. Much of the Northeast has plenty of snow cover right now, but these purple areas, those are winter weather advisories. That means that there is potential for some heavier snowfall to come. There's not necessarily a severe warning yet, but right up here we have a winter weather watch, and that means they are expecting a severe amount of snowfall up there because they already have plenty of snow up there already, almost 4 feet. These are some red flag warnings. That means watch out for some fire there for you. And some other warnings here. We have some, again, more winter warnings here. Winter weather watch and winter weather advisories there. So in the mountains, top of the mountains, we see that snow all the time. But let's take a look at the snowfall right now. So this first batch of snow is kind of on its way out. And right behind it again, we're getting another band of snow coming with this cold front. And that is going to bring plenty of more snow to the Buffalo, the northwestern Pennsylvania, and plenty of the Northeast there for you. And let's take a look, slide over a little bit more Midwest into Nebraska here. We're seeing this clearing out of Iowa right now, and we're going to have some clearer skies in Iowa, cooler temperatures there, and the snow pushing into southern Illinois there, bringing plenty of snowfall. And look at a national scale. We have this rain in the south. It's going to move a little bit further north, join in with that snow in the northeast there as that system moves off into the Atlantic Ocean, and we're going to see that snow push out of the Midwest and into the Northeast there. Again, look at that accumulated snow here. So plenty of accumulated snow all the way from Denver in the high mountains all the way up into the Northeast. And we see a little bit more in the Northeast than we do in the Midwest there. Plenty of snow accumulated. And this is going to get even more accumulated as we go on. You see these white areas filling in there. That's from this current storm pushing through. And then we're going to see some more go right in North Dakota there, pushing in some more precipitation of snow there. Take a little closer look at Tallahassee. 51 raining currently right now into the rest of the evening here. 49 in Valdosta. And we're going to see these temperatures dip a little bit as we come into the night, but we're not really going to see a big dip until we hit to tomorrow. We're going to see those temperatures warm up at 58, and then we're going to hit into the 30s, pushing 33, almost 31 into Tallahassee. Maybe a little bit warmer in town, colder outside of town, like always there. And we're going to see I'm going to pass it off here, and I'm going to go into the desk, and we are going to talk about some Severe Weather Awareness Week, right?
Yeah, we are, Tom. We're going to bring you back to October 14th, 2014, last year. Early morning, 8:30, 9 o'clock, and just a little bit later. Tornado warning issued for Leon County, including downtown Tallahassee and the FSU main campus for the first time in quite a while.
Yeah, it was crazy conditions. There were plenty of thunder. It was right in front of a cold front, I believe, and there was some supercell activity going on. That means that we have severely developed thunderstorms and very organized storms, and it was kind of crazy going to class that day.
Yeah, there was a lot of confusion. The storm was showing a lot of circulation, making its way up the coast, making its way north into Tallahassee. Weather Service felt it did warrant a warning. No tornado was confirmed. But
there was a couple of myths out there. Some people said they might have seen some funnel clouds. There was a myth that there was a touchdown on the engineering campus. I don't think that was confirmed.
That is correct. But, as always, just be safe. Listen to what FSU Alert has to say in those situations. Get to the lower floor of a building. Make sure you are being safe, especially if you are in class. But we'll bring it out to John for the final local to finish things off for us.
Yeah, by now we should know that it's going to rain tonight. It's already started raining, and it's going to continue to rain over the next roughly 12 hours, but it's going to stop raining by noon tomorrow. Those clouds will clear out tomorrow afternoon, and we'll be clearing by the weekend. Some rain returns, though, by Monday. And I want to get this tonight forecast right out of the way because this is the easy part of the forecast here. 100% chance of rain. It's going to be raining tonight with a north wind at 5 to 10 miles an hour, so it's going to be a little on the breezy side at some parts during the overnight hours. It's going to be on the warm side, though, 48 degrees, and then cooling towards the morning hours. rain covering the entire expanse of our area. Some moderate rain starting to work in down towards Apalachicola and Carabel, picking up some moderate rain there. Maybe even a rumble of thunder down towards St. George Island. They had about a half of an inch of rain there down on 11th Street on St. George Island. 51 degrees here in Tallahassee right now. 49 degrees is that dew point. The closer these numbers are, the more saturated it is. That's providing that rain and plenty of moisture for those clouds to work with. Here's our local picture. There's a low pressure system just off the southeast coast of Louisiana over Plaquemines Parish with a warm front draped across the eastern part of the Gulf. This is what's been fading in most of our moisture today across the Panhandle. This is going to ride off towards the north and east during the overnight hours, kind of providing train tracks for this low pressure system, and all of its rain really provide plenty of rainfall, 1 to 2 inches in some spots. Mainly our southern parts of the area and off towards the east. Jacksonville picking up on an inch tonight as well. This is going to get out of our hair by the afternoon hours tomorrow. Really starting to get rid of those clouds as well as we head into the afternoon hours tomorrow. And then by Friday, we're looking nice. Those clouds should be gone off towards the east. That whole storm system is off towards our east as well. Really starting, we're going to start off cool on Thursday and Friday morning, or Friday and Saturday morning rather, in the 30s, but the afternoon temperatures climbing up into the 60s finally, once again, and then back towards 70s as we head into the evening hours tomorrow. Look at these rainfall totals. I think this model is overdoing the rainfall totals in St. Mark's for the overnight hours. Again, this is all before noon tomorrow. This is looking at almost 3 inches of rain. I think that, again, is overdoing it. I think we're in for about another inch in some of these spots before all is said and done here in the Big Bend area. Looking at tomorrow, though, we're going to be clearing out during the late morning and afternoon, rain tapering off by lunchtime. As we head into the dinner time hours, we're looking fantastic, 61 degrees. Actually, the high is going to be during the evening hours tomorrow. That's something different we don't usually see here in the Big Bend. We'll be able to see the moon tomorrow. It's going to be a little bit on the choppy side as we head off towards the Gulf waters. Sunset, we'll be able to see that tomorrow night at 6:17 tomorrow night. Look at that, those temperatures cooling off during the morning hours. Saturday morning, 33 degrees, near freezing, but we'll be back up towards the 70s by Sunday and Monday. Fantastic weekend in store for us, guys.
You know it, John, and we're going to talk a little bit more about FSU Weather Survival Week. Make sure you guys know the difference between a tornado watch and a tornado warning.
All right, tornado watches means there's favorable conditions for a tornado to form, but we quite yet haven't seen the defined characteristics of what a tornado actually looks like when it's actually formed.
That's right. And you know, a tornado warning is when a tornado has been spotted by a certified storm spotter or indicated on radar. So remember that as you continue to go about your day. But that 7-day forecast is looking great.
Chilly coming at us. I personally like a little bit cooler weather. I like the dynamics between how we get cool in winter and warm in the summertime. It's going to be great.
Yeah, you know, I really like that dynamic too. It's wonderful. Cooler temperatures, especially Friday and Saturday, and then all the way into Wednesday. But always, follow us on social media. Like us on Facebook.com/FSU Weather. Follow us on Twitter.com/FSU Weather. Watch us anytime on Livestream.com/FSU Weather. And we'll begin streaming to YouTube very soon. Bear with us just a little bit. We're almost there. Also, make sure you share with us some pictures on Instagram. But it's going to be a great day. Go out, support your Noles for basketball. I'm student meteorologist Braden Robinson.
And Tom Mazzetti, go Noles.
And you guys have a wonderful night.